Stop number 4 of the Sunoco Cup Series comes to Atlanta for the 4parts.com 500. It'll be a 33-lap event here. Let's take a look at the point standings before we go into our starting grid. Currently your leader right now is Zach Carlson. He's got the points lead. Liam Campbell is in second. Levi Shones, the highest ranked rookie, is in third. Then it's Trey Campbell, Eric Matthews rounding out the top 5. Then on 6 through 10 it'll be Connor Breton, Ray Castor, Trent Dunham, another rookie, Dylan Kilborn, the only winner in the top 10. He's in 9th. He won at Daytona, and Kathy Cantara rounding out the top 10. But let's take a look now at the starting grid here at Atlanta, the FortParts.com 500, and how ironic that our points leader is our pole sitter, and it's an Oil Carlson front row. Is on the pole, qualifying 189.565 miles an hour, is our points leader, Zach Carlson, in the Kodak Delco Remy Olds, and on the outside will be the 07 Kmart Ford of Skyland Carlson, her best start this season. Row number 2 will be Trent Dunham, the number 0 Masters Economy in Ford, and Eric Matthews in the number 43 STP Grand Prix. Row number 3 will be the number 19 Tyson Foods Ford of John Dawson, and the number 13 Glidden Paints Chevrolet of Tim Fiegel. Row number 4 will be the number 10 Purelator Chevrolet, from our second in points in Season 1, Alexander Dawson, and our most recent winner at Las Vegas, the number 3 GM Goodwin Chevrolet of Colin Cropley. And in row number 5 will be the 33 Skull Bandit Olds of Skylar Harris, and the number 21 Citgo Ford of Ryan Cooper. Row number 6 will be our Daytona winner, Dylan Kilburn and Michael Dawson. Row 7 will be Joseph Lombard in the 1 and Keith Batson in the 28. Row 8 will be Tim Walsh and Josh Osborne. Row 9 will be Austin Hughes and Connor Breton. Row 10 will be Ray Castor and Dylan Ruiz. Row 11 will be Keon Shaw and Faith Johnson. Row 12 will be Jonathan Gators and Dylan Petit. Row 13 will be Liam Campbell and Justin Acosta. Row 14 will be Chantel Ibarra and Johnny Gardner, then John Acosta and Levi Shones.
Drivers, start your engines!
There's your command. Row 16 will be Bob Marshall and Kathy Cantara. Row 17 will be Alex Filter and Stephanie Naylor. Then Nick Baxter and Jennifer Hughes. Dylan Hughes and James Qualls. Fred Christopher and Sasha Dawson. Rounding out the field will be Daniel Schwab and Trey Campbell, as that'll be our starting grid here at Atlanta. Ironically, our winner, this is one of our first events where the driver who won here in Season 1 is not returning. That was Jamie Banks, who won here in Season 1. He did not come back for Season 2. Part of the Jay Gianorin influx of racers. We hope to see Jay Gianorin back here in the future signups again. But it'll be a new season. We got the Carlsons that'll lead. Skyline Carlson, who just had a horrible year. She's looking for that get healthy event. She had a very good showing recently in the Casual GTX Cup Series. I know James has confused her Skyline as a male, but I don't know what event that will be clarified that James will confirm that it is a female that I've been promoting all the while. The green flag, nonetheless, green flag getting to the fly. Your points leader, Zach Carlson, immediately gets the jump on things. Trent Dunham going to second. There comes Eric Matthews right there with the number 43 SDP Pontiac. That was your speed shot right there. Now there we're looking at the number 86 of Faith Johnson, the Sunoco Busch Series champion, who had a horrible event so far since making the switch, where she mounted a monstrous comeback to win the championship. Has not been hit with any form of fortunate luck since. Here's your, we got a battle going on for the lead going on right now, as here comes John Dawson, the Tyson Foods Ford He was our winner at Talladega in a last lap showing, nosing out John Acosta. He'll take the lead from Zach Carlson, but here comes Skylar Harris and our Daytona winner. Dylan Kilburn, the pair of, you've got your two tobacco cars, Oldses, starting off the field. You have the Copenhagen Olds of Dylan Kilburn. You had the 33 Skull Bandit of Skylar Harris. Now here comes Joseph Lombard moving up the field. There's Austin Hughes. He's looking for a Get Healthy event. He has not won. He only won was the Winston Open in Season 1 when it was an all Hughes affair. And here comes Tim Fiegel, who's someone you don't ever want to count out. He's always going to lurk in the shadows. But it is still Joseph Lombard leading. You got three wide, a bunch of them. Chantel Ibarra right there. There's the number 2 of Liam Campbell marching up the field. Ray Castor, Keon Shaw, winner at Rockingham, moving up. Alexander Dawson, looking for that Get Healthy event. Chantel Ibarra right there too, the champion, who has just had a forgettable season 2, excuse me. Here comes Liam Campbell going to the inside of Keon Shaw. There's John Acosta right there too, the 45 Bullseye Kraft Foods Ford. And Bob Marshall, the number 11. But here comes Liam. Liam is winless. He's never won. But here comes Chantel to the inside. The champ is now starting to awaken and mount a number 1 spot, stealing it from the boys. But not if John Acosta has something to say about that with the help of Bob Marshall, the Budweiser Ford, number 11, and Alex Filter, the number 90 Splitfire Spark Plugs Ford. Chantel Ibarra goes way high. And now it's a 3-wide battle, all Fords all the time coming. Alex Filter, Bob Marshall, John Acosta. There's Nick Baxter starting to move up. Same with Jennifer Hughes. There's Johnny Gardner, a new ride this season, the number 46. City Chevrolet. That's the Days of Thunder entry. Yes, that was Greg Sachs' car from Darlington, which is actually going to be one of our next spots. Oh, it looked kind of tight over there, but fortunately nothing happens. Nick Baxter's going to take the number 1 spot, though, but here comes Jennifer Hughes. Part of the Hughes family. It'll only be lap number 8 of 13 as they go 3 wide to the stripe. Jennifer will just nose them all off to lead that lap, but Johnny Gardner's got something to say about that. Right now it's 190.821 miles an hour, the clock time from Jennifer Hughes. Here's Fred Christopher coming up with the help of Dylan Petit. And there's Daniel Schwab right there too, our winner at the Bud Shootout. Fred Christopher's leading, but here comes Dylan Petit, 22 Maxwell House Ford, with the help of Daniel Schwab. There's Faith Johnson right there, who's, oh, I thought she was going to try to get gutsy and make a bonsai for a breast move, which would have been nightmarish. If could be proverbial suicide, but Daniel Schwab will take the number 1 spot. But here comes now also Michael Dawson, the number 12 Ray Bestis Buick. Fred Christopher goes up high. There's Tim Walsh looking to try to make a move there. Daniel Schwab leads. Trey Campbell starting to move up. Trey Campbell has been really having new life in the Castle GTX Cup Series with 2 wins already in last lap showings at Darlington and most recently at Richmond. Prior to that point, the last time he won was actually the Castle GTX Cup at Dover. But Trey Campbell's going to make a move here. He's going to try to get his first Sunoco Cup championship. He has not won last season. And there's Dylan Hughes with the help of Levi Shones and Josh Osborne. Levi Shones right now helping Dylan Hughes take the number 1 spot. So far, a very clean race with 12 laps to go. This time by, it'll be 11 laps to go. Levi Shones got the lead. Josh Osborne starting to make a move. Connor Breton, the winner at North Wilkesboro last season, starting to move up too. Stephanie Naylor right there. Kathy Cantara, who came so close so many times. Talk about two drivers who came so close so many times. Those are the two ladies that are right there on the inside, the Crisco Pontiac. And the number 6 Stroh's Light Ford. Josh Osborne leading, Connor Brayton now in second. Connor's going to try to take a lap here. And it will be 10 laps, actually 20 laps to go. We still got a long way to go, technically. Connor Brayton will not get that lap, though. Nothing down. Oh, we almost got a 4 wide situation getting teased a little bit. As Kathy Cantara, Stephanie Naylor, there's Skyland Carlson. Could this be her now? You almost wonder if someone makes one little mistake and it is like tipping the dominoes. Kathy Cantara moving to the inside now of Connor Brayton to get the number 1 spot now. Skyland Carlson goes into the middle of things. Zach, our pole sitter, and our points leader, going to the inside of Skyland. Kim Finn goes to the inside. Here comes Colin Cropley, the winner at Las Vegas, starting to mount a run into the top 5. He's looking to mount continue his hot streak of recent. Oh, I was about to say, we were looking like we were going to see some 3 abreast nightmares coming, but not to be. With Dylan Kilburn and Jonathan Gators, but not going to happen. Fortunately, Kathy Cantara will stay in the lead, though. Another attempt at 3 abreast, this time with Dylan Kilburn, the Daytona winner. Here comes John Dawson as well. Kilburn takes the number 2 spot. Kathy Cantara still having a very nice lead. And we're under yellow. And yes! Zach Carlson, Sasha Dawson, Dylan Hughes, and we're just like that under yellow. Race back to the line. Looks like Kathy is going to win the race back to the line provided nobody passes her out of turn number 4. And Kathy Cantara will win the race back to the line. She will have the lead going into the yellow. Let's see what happened. Dylan Hughes we saw Trey Campbell get trapped behind somebody. We saw Sasha Dawson spinning. What was the reason behind it? Yes. I think somebody went to the inside, it looked like. Attempted 4 wide. Dylan Hughes, Michael Dawson, Chantel Ibarra, Jennifer Hughes. Yep. Michael Dawson got into Chantel Ibarra, sends Chantel and Jennifer Hughes into the grass, goes right back up the track, rear ends Sasha Dawson, and catches Dylan Hughes. It also caught Johnny Gardner. Talk about getting lucky. Both Dylan Petit and Faith Johnson got out of the way. Trey Campbell was trapped. And that's where it all came about. Ironically, the field kind of separated itself because John Acosta apparently got separated from the rest of the field. I don't know what was the reason behind that. With the loss of ground. Maybe it was just the sense of the yellow. Tough break for Dylan Hughes, Sasha Dawson, Trey Campbell. That's not going to help matters. Johnny Gardner trying to race his way back to the line. Dylan Poteet. So Daniel Schwab apparently brushing the wall. I don't understand what that was all about. But nonetheless, let's go back into where we stand in the race. Kathy Gandara leads. Then it is John Dawson, Joseph Lombard, Zach Carlson, Skylar Harris, your top 5. Then it is Dylan Kilburn. Dylan Ruiz having a very good showing. He's now in 7th. Colin Cropley, our Las Vegas winner. Justin Acosta and Ryan Cooper rounding out the top 10. Then it is James Qualls, Keith Batson, Ray Castor, Jonathan Gators, Eric Matthews, Tim Fagel, Connor Breton, Tim Walsh, John Acosta, Austin Hughes, Skylin Carlson, Keon Shaw, Fred Christopher, Alex Filter, Trent Dunham, Stephanie Naylor, Alexander Dawson, Josh Osborne, Bob Marshall, Daniel Schwab, Liam Campbell, Nick Baxter, Levi Shones, Jennifer Hughes, Chantel Ibarra, Michael Dawson, Dylan Petit, Sasha Dawson, Johnny Gardner, and Faith Johnson. Then it will be Jennifer Hughes, Chantel Ibarra, yep, Faith Johnson, Dylan Hughes, and Trey Campbell right now dead last. And I do believe it will be lap number, I think it'll be 12 laps to go. We'll probably be looking at 11 this time by, wait, let's see where we stand. 12 laps to go. It will be 11 laps to go for the field. For Kathy Cantara. For John Dawson. For Joseph Lombard. So it will be 11 laps to go. Green flag flies. We're back to racing. And Kathy Cantara, very nice jump on things. Looked like we saw a little bit of swapping back there with Joseph Lombard and Zach Carlson, and Zach's actually going to move to the inside to get the number 3 spot from Joseph Lombard. Skylar Harris can do the same thing. Colin Cropley right there. They kind of shuffled a little bit there. You saw Colin Cropley and Dylan Kilburn. And here comes Zach Carlson, the points leader, pole sitter. Looking for actually his first career win. He's going to make a hard move on the inside. And Dylan Kilburn's going to follow suit. Justin Acosta right there. Here comes James Qualls. Lurking in the shadows. Right now you're looking at possibly a 3-punch for Olds. Because right now, Dylan Kilburn is 2nd. There's a chance that Justin Acosta could get 3rd. And then you have Skylar Harris is actually right now rounding up the top 5. So you have the top 5 are all old except for 4. That's Kathy Cantara, but it's still Dylan Kilburn in 2nd. Zach Carlson's leading. Kathy Cantara is still in 3rd. Here comes now John Dawson, hard move to the inside with Keith Batson right there. The Ford's starting to manifest. And the lead is now Dylan Kilburn, looking to get win number 2 of the career. Never mind season, 2 wins career-wise for Dylan Kilburn. Which, ironically, it took us to the first Pocono event to finally get our first winner, and that was James Qualls. This time, we'll see if we could top a game of Can You Top That is being played. As Dylan Kilburn leads. Here comes John Dawson to the inside. Keith Batson, who is trying to get his first win since switching to Sunoco Cup, making a move up. Dylan Ruiz, another rookie, starting to charge up the field in the Levi Garrett Chevrolet. And then it's Connor Breton and John Acosta, both of which who have won previously but have not won this season. So if they can win, it'll keep the different winner deal going. Laps to go with Keith Batson leading. 3 wide battle going on behind Keith. Pair of Chevrolets of Dylan Ruiz and Connor Breton, and then there's John Acosta. So how about your top 3 are all previous winners with the lone caveat with Keith Batson has won it in the Sunoco Bush Series. 5 to go. Here comes Keon Shaw moving up now. He was our winner at Rockingham. He's trying to get another win under his belt. Battling it out with Eric Matthews, who throws the block. Four to go for Keith Batson. Here comes John Acosta. Eric Matthews, another previous winner last season who won twice. Who won the Coca-Cola 600 and won at Sonoma. For win number 3 of his career in Sunoco Cup Series racing. He's going to challenge for the number 2 spot with 3 to go for Keith Batson all the while. Skyland Carlson. Here comes Tim Walsh. Stephanie Naylor starting to move up too. Looked like she kind of got a little sloppy there going into turns 1 and 2, but fortunately not really, no harm, no foul there. And now Keon Shaw's got the number 2 spot. He's looking for win number 2. He's trying to catch up to Keith Batson's got 2 laps to go. Skyland Carlson now having one of her better showings this season. 4 wide lurking. Whoa. There was a lurking 4 wide situation with Kathy Cantara and Stephanie Naylor, but fortunately not to happen. Stephanie, however, is going to move up the field. White flag, 1 more lap to go as they come out of turn 4. To meet that white flag at the stripe for Keith Batson. Keon Shaw right there in second. Battling here, Skyland Carlson trying to hold off Tim Walsh. Stephanie Naylor. I don't think it's really going to matter much though. Battling going on here. Oh, almost another 3 wide attempt with Zach Carlson getting involved. But we got a battle going on for the lead. Here comes Keon Shaw to the inside of Keith Batson. Keith Batson, who had dealt with a last lap battle in the last season's Castro GTX Cup, is going to be the victim of circumstances. Keon Shaw is going to get to the line. Keon Shaw is going to win the FordParts.com 500. And it's only 4 races in, we get our first repeat winner. Keith Batson wins. Excuse me. Keon Shaw wins. Keith Batson second. Then it's Tim Walsh, Skyland Carlson, and Stephanie Naylor, your top 5. 0.03 of a second at the stripe between Keith Batson and Keon Shaw. Then it's Kathy Cantara, Alex Filter, Zach Carlson, Jennifer Hughes, and John Acosta. Then Dylan Poteet, Connor Breton, Ryan Cooper, Faith Johnson, Eric Matthews, Bob Marshall, Colin Cropley, Skylar Harris, Liam Campbell, Josh Osborne, James Qualls, Alexander Dawson, Dylan Ruiz, Jonathan Gators, Chantel Ibarra, that's John Dawson, Trent Dunham, Trey Campbell, Daniel Schwab, Tim Fiegel. Then 31st to 40th was Joseph Lombard, Ray Castor, Austin Hughes, Justin Acosta, Dylan Kilburn, Michael Dawson, Levi Shones, Dylan Hughes, Fred Christopher, Johnny Gardner, Sasha Dawson, and Nick Baxter dropping out with a piston problem to be the lone DNF. But our winner here, getting his second for the season, number 87, Denty Chevrolet, and a nail-biter for sure. Keon Shaw helps his cause. Taking a look at the point standings before we go to Darlington. Zach Carlson still holds the lead. Kathy Cantara moves up to second. Liam Campbell drops to third. Connor Breton moves up to fourth. Keon Shaw with 2 wins, gets him in the top 5. Eric Matthews drops 6th. Trey Campbell drops to 7th with that abysmal showing. Alex Filter gets in the top 10 and 8th. Levi Shones drops to 9th. And Colin Cropley just gets in the top 10 with another very solid showing at Atlanta Then Trent Dunham, Chantel Ibarra, the champ, Ray Castor, Jennifer Hughes, Dylan Poteet, Keith Batson, Dylan Kilburn, Tim Fiegel, Stephanie Naylor, Faith Johnson. Then it's Tim Walsh and John Acosta, Sasha Dawson, Jonathan Gators, James Qualls, Josh Osborne, Dylan Ruiz, Alexander Dawson, Fred Christopher, Bob Marshall, Skylar Harris, Nick Baxter, John Acosta, Justin Acosta, Skyland Carlson, Michael Dawson, Ryan Cooper, John Dawson, Daniel Schwab, Joseph Lombard, Austin Hughes, Johnny Gardner, and Dylan Hughes tails the field. So that's where we stand in that. Next race on the Sunoco Cup Series will be the Little Lake shaped oval known as Darlington. It's the Heinz 400. Should be fun.